Every time the media ranks the greatest players of all time, there's always a pattern. Michael Jordan is at the top. LeBron James is always right there, sometimes even at number 1. Kareem, Magic, and Bird all get their respect. But then, when it comes to Kobe Bryant, suddenly, we hear this.
He was an assassin, he was a 5-time champion, he was a league MVP. He's one of the all-time greats. There's nothing to debate. But he's number 2 at the 2 guard. He's not number 1. Number 2, I have to take into consideration that you had Shaq for your first 3 rings.
And just like that, Kobe's legacy gets a dent that other legends somehow avoid. Let's get one thing straight. Yes, Shaq was the most dominant player during the Lakers' three-peat. But does that mean Kobe was just riding along for the ride? Absolutely not. In fact, in the 2000 NBA Finals, when Shaq fouled out in Game 4, it was 21-year-old Kobe who took over and sealed the win.
Shaw grabs the rebound.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
That's it. Shaking on Miller. And hitting a 2-point basket. He was just inside the line. Here he is over Jackson. How good is this kid? Miller hands it inside to Crozier. Shaw running one-hander, followed in by Kobe Bryant.
He did this after coming back from an ankle injury. This was not a guy playing second fiddle. This is a dude forcing his way to become a superstar. And by 2001 and 2002, Kobe was dropping insane numbers. 29, 7, and 6 in the 2001 playoffs, and 27, 6, and 5 in 2002. You're telling me that's not a superstar? You're telling me that's not the kind of impact that earns respect? We want to rank Kobe lower because he was teammates with Shaq. Really? But when we talk about other legends in NBA history, this argument magically disappears. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won 5 championships with Magic Johnson, while Magic won all of his championships with Kareem and other Hall of Famers. Yet, when we talk about Kareem's 6 rings or Magic's 5, no one ever says, well, they played together, so let's hold that against them. No, they're both locked into top 5 conversations without hesitation. Kareem was Finals MVP twice, while Magic was 3 times. Sounds a lot like Shaq and Kobe, right? But for some reason, Kobe gets penalized for having a dominant teammate while Kareem and Magic don't. People can say, Kareem was already proven before Magic, or Magic won Finals MVP as a rookie. Sure, those things are true, but Kobe proved himself after Shaq. He won 2 more rings himself with lesser help. When Magic won that Finals MVP, Kareem averaged 33 points, 12 more than Magic. Another argument is that Magic and Kareem had multiple MVPs, while Kobe and Shaq only had one. That's fine. But MVPs and all NBA teams, among others, are narrative-driven awards decided by the media. And in Kareem's day, some of those were even voted on by players. There's never full context in these awards. What's more compelling for me is this. Were these guys in the top 3 to 5 best players in the league conversations for a long time? The answer is clearly yes, for all of them. Steve Nash won a couple MVPs, but he didn't have a single season where he was better than Kobe. Steph Curry, and we're gonna talk about him later, only has 4 All-NBA first teams. Do we agree he's only been a top 5 player for that short period? Are we saying that he was not one of the 2 best guards for at least a decade? We all know that's not true. These are just a couple of reasons why we just can't accept the double standard. If we gonna knock Kobe for having Shaq, then we better knock Magic and Kareem too. But we don't do that. Now, let's talk about LeBron James. He literally created super teams. In Miami, he joined forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, 2 Hall of Famers. In Cleveland, he teamed up with Kyrie and Kevin Love. Then in Los Angeles, he got Anthony Davis. And then they swapped him, a top 10 player, to a top 5 player in Luka. And yet, when people rank LeBron, none of this counts against him. I'm not saying it should. And I ain't knocking anybody if they think LeBron is better than Kobe. What I only want to point out is the too much help narrative we used against Kobe, but we don't for others. And if you think this narrative only happens to Kobe, think again. The same thing happens to Steph. When KD joined the Warriors, the media suddenly started discrediting Curry, like his 2017 and 2018 rings don't count because he had KD. Even though, like Kobe to Shaq, Steph had comparable stats to KD in the playoffs, while also proving he can win multiple rings without him. Why are Kobe and Steph the only superstars who get penalized for having great teammates? The truth is, the media has always moved the goalpost when it comes to Kobe Bryant. His all-time ranking goes down by the day since he retired, and they mainly used Shaq to discredit him. But somehow, Kareem, Magic, and LeBron, among others, escape this type of criticism. At the end of the day, everyone will have different lists on who's in their top 10 all time, but that doesn't mean we can't be consistent with our arguments. If you enjoy watching, make sure to like and subscribe for more NBA videos. And let me know in the comments what's your thoughts on this one. Peace.